What's going on, YouTube? It's your boy Landaris back at you with another video. Hey, before I get started at this other property early in the morning, hey, if you haven't checked out any of my videos, go ahead and check them out. Go ahead and subscribe to the channel. I greatly appreciate it. Thanks for rocking with me. I greatly appreciate it. Almost about to hit that 1,000 subscribers. That'll be a milestone for me. Like I said, you got to start somewhere, right? But anyway, I had someone that asked me a question of how do I handle, like, rude customers. I made a video kind of about that situation. Sometimes you can handle it. You got to handle it the best way you can. It all comes down to you got to start, developing your skills with people skills. People skills. I've been in this realm of public satisfaction, customer service. I've been in that realm for a long time, dealing with like doing security work, where you're dealing with like drunk customers, irate customers. You got to have some thick skin, especially when you're dealing with like drunk customers and stuff like that. I used to work at a casino, and I used to do security. I used to also do security at the Best Western hotels and things like that. Did security there. But, doing security, being sales associates, dealing with customers on a day-to-day basis, you start developing your people skills. And that's what you got to do. You got to develop your people skills and try to treat everybody with respect and go from there. That's the only best way that I could describe it. You got to develop your people skills. You got to start talking to people. You got to be able to handle certain situations where, now I'm not telling you let people walk all over you. Don't do that. Don't let people just walk all over you. But, stay professional in everything that you do. Like I said, we get, lawn care guys get cussed out because we're in front of their mailbox for a certain period of time. Sometimes you got these streets where, you pull up and, the mailboxes are there. Some, not too much in the new developments, because some of these new developments, they got one designated spot for your mail for everybody, and they just got to go to that designated spot. But you still go into neighborhoods where you have to park sometime in front of their house. It's too small to park, because sometimes you can park in front. You might park too much in front of their driveway. They get irate about that sometimes. These are some of the things that customers get, bitchy about sometimes, that you will occasionally run into, parking in front of the mailbox here and there. You're going to be there about 15, 20 minutes. And then, they think that the mailman's going to come and, they're not going to get their mail. Now, I have been parked in front of a mailbox before, and I got there in time, and the mailman didn't even get out to put the mail in there. He I guess some of these mail guys, they feel so privileged, they have to pull up and be able to stay in the vehicle and deliver the mail. On occasion, it's like, hey, I didn't know you was coming at this certain time, but don't just pass by the house, and there might be like a little space that because they like to pull up at an angle sometime, put the mail in, and then drive off to the next one. Well, I had he had a little bit of room that he could do that, but he did have to kind of get out. So I was coming back from blowing, and I told him, hey, I can move, and he kind of tried to get in there and stuff, and then he just pulled off. Like, He could have got out and just threw the mail in there and got back in the little mail carrier and took off. So then customers get pissed off about like, oh, I'm that's what starts ticking customers off. But you're not trying to do this intentionally. You're just trying to, find a place to park in front of the property sometime and things like that. Because sometimes it's just nowhere to park. They get irate about that sometimes. In the fall time, they get irate about, you're trying to clean leaves. They got connected backyards or connected front yards. One person has a tree. All their leaves fell into the other neighbor's yard. And then they start saying that you're pushing leaves into their yard and all this other stuff. So you get that. It's just, you're going to run into situations like that. I've even ran into situations where there was probably, I don't know, a foot of turf that one of the customers did not want me to mow because that was his property line. They got these connected properties sometime, and there was just a foot of slither, as I would say, of grass that, it just don't make any sense to just not cut it, and just go ahead and cut the whole thing, and it wasn't like I was scalping it or anything. He just came out and was like, hey, don't cut that part of the, I'm telling you, it was a foot of grass that he didn't want me to cut because that was his property line. And I'm just like thinking, okay, he was all pissed off about it and stuff. Because I did it a couple of times not knowing. I'm like just cutting the whole thing and stuff. And yeah, it was like, okay. But they get pissed off about that. So it's all about people skill. You got to develop people skills and things like that. So once you develop that, then and carry yourself in a professional manner, you should be all right. But that's how I handle customers. I got a lot of experience in just dealing with customers on a day-to-day basis. Being in a hospital field, being in security field, being in a supervisor role, and I used to be a supervisor in J.C. Penney's. Just customer service is just key. It'll get you, it'll help you along the way. So that's how I handle customers and things like that when they come out. Now I will defend people that's working with me, as far as, I had to, tell a customer, hey, he's doing his job, if you need to talk to somebody, I'm the one that you should talk to. Hey, he's doing his job, things like that. We're going to take care of it, and I already know sometimes when customers come out, when we're doing leaves, they just come out and they just start staring. And then I just say, we'll take care of it. No problem. Don't worry about it. We're going to get those leaves out of there. Sorry for the inconvenience. And then we just move on and make sure we blow the leaves that we blew in their backyard or wherever it was, and just blow them back over to the other side. So it's no big deal, but yeah, that's how I handle it. If you haven't subscribed, go ahead and subscribe to the channel, and I'll catch you on the next video. Peace.